Hi there. Hello, this is Ana Castano. I am here today, Wednesday, the 30th of August, and I'm going to talk today about the scammers. Yes, the scammers, and their intentions, and how they target people that are vulnerable and looking for love and good things. And it all starts while I was dating. But nowadays, it's not only in the online apps for dating, but everywhere. In a professional arena, different outlets, the scammers are out there looking out and watch out to get your money. So be smart, be prepared, be aware, and you will be able just to get over. So, but I'm gonna focus more today on the scammers that are on those websites for dating, um, online dating scammers. In my book, I have a whole chapter about the scammers. It's chapter 7, and I remember. I laugh now, and I used to laugh before as well, because I always see things with a positive eye, and I think that have been some kind of mark in my life, that I always want to see the good in people. I want to see the good in any situation, and that's what I did. So, and then I dated a scammer, and but the good thing was he couldn't scam me because I didn't let him to do it. I know that something was off, that something was going on, and I was very curious about what will be the end of the story, and the play that he was uh, doing for me. So once I did that, so I was able to continue till the end. But yeah, things happens like that. And I remember this was in a period of time that I was like kind of ending, um, not a relationship. I was dating with someone that I had a crush on it. That I had a crush on, and it was, the scammer couldn't be in a better timing for me. um, and then I said to myself, this guy is really into it, because he tested a lot. He tested a lot. Scammers are very good with words. Usually they copy and paste complete paragraphs of something very romantic that you want to hear. And that's when it started calling my attention, and seeing as this couldn't be real. This is something here. Something is not right. Something fishy going on. And it was. So the first red flag is that I want you to know that to identify a scammer, you need to see what the red flags are. And the first one is that they text a lot. They will have long texting periods, and they will tell you everything you want to hear. So I know a lot of people are in these websites because they are looking for a nice relationship, a connection, something that it can last a long time. Usually, I was looking for that, and they portray themselves as that kind of person. Um, so they usually have just one profile picture. They don't have one. They don't have more than one or two pictures, and they usually Christian religious kind of thing, because a lot of women like to hear that the guy goes to church and he's a good guy, but be aware that that's just sometimes some just words. You can put in your profile anything you want, honestly, and it can be true, it cannot be true, but be aware of that. And they're always in a different country at the moment. Their jobs usually are in the Navy, Army, because they are in the world, saving us. Or they work in projects like construction, in project management. I am a project manager myself, and I work in construction in a real world. Uh, but these people, they do projects in other countries, around the country, and they never in town, so it's very difficult, like, for you to meet. So they never want to meet you. That's another thing. They don't want to have a video call with you. They don't want to even speak by the phone, but they want your number. They want your WhatsApp usually, and that's how they get into you and into this long conversation. And then the conversation became very like about you two and your future, and they want to make a relationship right away. They want to step into some kind of next step in this relationship. Okay, we get acquainted, now we can go ahead and I want to be your boyfriend, or I want you to be my girlfriend, and then at some point you are engaged. So everything happens that so quick, and of course, um, is not the way. But I have to tell you, sometimes when you make a real connection, someone that it might be um, a good connection for you, things might happen really quickly. But you have to meet that person, and you have to see their face, so to make sure it's real. But if everything is happened just by texting, is not a real thing. And they usually just want to get to know you, more acquainted with you, so they can know more about you. But remember, they are away. They are not here. They are having some difficulties usually, and then at some point they disappear from the scheme. They disappear from the movie, and they contact you 2 3 days after, or a week after, telling that they had in such and such trouble, and in order for them to get out that trouble, they need some money, and they want you to lend to lend to lend you that money, so they can get out of the situation they are in. But this is just a scheme. This is a whole play about something they make up in order for you to give money. So, but to me, it was never easy because I don't give my money to anyone. I'm very difficult with that, and and um, but that's what they do, and they use that you are vulnerable, looking for love, for a nice relationship, and they take advantage of that. So don't let them to take advantage of you, because I always said that the good is the winner in everything we do. So be the good one. Be the good one, because you always are gonna win. And these people are just obnoxious uh, people that they don't know better. And it's very important that you either contact the provider that you are having. If this is in a website, an online dating app website, please, let the people know that this is happening to you. Report them. Nowadays, there are much better communication about that, because 5, 6 years ago, while I was dating, 4 or 5 years ago, while I was dating, there were no much about scammers. I think this just started happening at that time. But nowadays, I have seen on those websites that the screening and the notice that these people exist are more popular. So I'm glad that, because I was one of the person that I used to complain, not complain, but give notice of what was happening to me, because I know it was happening to me, it was happening to others. But anyway, what I want to tell you is how I was able to. So, but okay, so anyway, what I wanted to say is that how I transformed this experience into something positive to my life at the moment that I was living. And I tell you how, because I always like to see the good in people and the good in any situation. I never been a victim of anything. There is no point to feel like that. And I always try to see the positive side. And to me, I'm going to tell you what was the positive side. Because right when I get into the scanner, I was having this really bad crush um, about someone that I was dating. And this scammer with words helped me get over the crush that I had. And to me, that was valuable. That was valuable because the scammer in his word, even though were fake words, helped me to get over my crush. And I appreciate that. I was thankful for that. And it's the way I like to see things, is the way I like to see life. I don't get too seriously. I think it was fun. It was fun because I used to laugh about myself and say, oh my God, because how you can throw a lot of words that are like just beautiful words, but you never meet the person, you never saw the person, you never um, get into any real interaction with that person. Of course, I knew it was something going on that wasn't quite right, but it helped me. It helped me to overcome that crush that I had with that players in a previous chapter of my book. And I was grateful. And I remember I still laugh a lot about myself because the good thing, I never give anything away. I never give anything away. They wanted my money, but I'm not easy giving money away. Not easy. So I think that's something that we all can learn. You see the positive side of things because there is always positive in everything. And I won't say lessons because it sounds like everybody wants to be your teacher, but not that. But if you see your experience as they come in a more playful way, maybe you learn something about. Maybe you said because of this happened to me, I was able to get over this other situation, and now I feel better. So and that was my story about the scammers. That was my story about the scammers, and I also, there is a lot of scammers out there, for writers, for all kind of professions. People are trying to get into you and your needs or wants in order to get the money out of your pockets. So please be aware of that. Be smart. Always share the situation. Always ask for a video call. If it's something in business, they won't say no, because if they are a serious company, a real company, they want to do business with you, and that they want to create that environment of trust for you to have business with them. So always, and never sign or go into anything at a first phone call. Don't do that. Smart people don't do that. You need to say, I need to think about it, I need to sleep on it, and then you make your research before giving any answer. Because it's not only in dating app that you get the scammers, but you get it now everywhere. As a book author, I have a lot of people behind my business, and trying to get me into something, this and that. But I always say, okay, let me think about it. And then I do the research, and I just, find out that they are very new in business. They don't even want to put a face in their voices. And then I just don't go with it. So be smart, because it's important. And your well-being is the most important thing, how you feel. And once you step on that power of being in charge of your own things and your own power, nothing will bother you, and you're gonna feel very, very good. So be smart. If you have any comments, please leave them here, and if you have any questions, please ask them. And I just wish you so many beautiful and loving things in your life, and hopefully no scammers at all. But if a scammer comes along, be aware the red flags, and also be smart. And if you want to be curious, go until the end knowing that something is going on, because sometimes it's good to know. And then you can actually have a real experience, and you can talk about it, and you can share with your friends and become smarter about it. So anyway, my friends, I love you all. Thank you so much for all the support that you are giving me, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.